separate yourself. I always tell people this. When I used to sponsor people, when we all go to expos, they'd be excited because everybody's there. And then at night, everybody go out. And I'm like, yo, I just tell people, especially when they had ambitions of climbing and growing, like, yo, do what bosses do. Be what bosses at. Yeah. You don't see bosses out where you're at.
Right, exactly.
All the expos, all y'all in the
place.
same spot. You don't see none of us in there. You know what I'm saying? The boss is in the Godfather suite with 8 girls. I'm just playing.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Cheat Code Unlocked, man.
Sir.
Today,
Mogul.
we got the big dog, the mogul, the Mike Rashid in the house today, man.
Yes, sir.
What's up, fellas?
Listen,
What's going on?
Mike, man, I appreciate you being here, bro.
Listen, I feel it's such a huge shift in our society, especially with the culture, with us. It's like the phoenix rising, you know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
And it's like it's happening at an exponential pace, like a tipping point. Like we just, like black brilliance has hit a tipping point.
Yeah, 100%, bro, for real. For those of you who don't know, which I don't know if there's a whole lot of you guys who don't by now, right?
Right.
Mike is one of the biggest fitness influencers out there, but
In the
lot
world.
of people in the world, 100%.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you know, you might see him on YouTube, you see him on Instagram, but there's also a lot that you don't see on the back end side of the business of fitness that Mike has been able to build such a massive, empire in the supplement space, in the nutrition space, in the fitness space with apps and all different types of stuff. So we're gonna dive in and find out more about how Mike has been able to build the infrastructure he's been able to build.
Such an
and
empire.
How, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Get the cheat code.
We gotta get the cheat codes.
Unlock all the cheat codes to
Right.
get into the empire in the bag, man.
That's real.
Facts, man.
Yeah,
So
for
Mike,
sure.
man, let's kick it off with just how you started and got into the fitness space in the first place, or got into the zone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, to keep it 100, like I've always been in the fitness space. That's the thing, right? Because I've always been a person that worked out, that liked to work out. I was an athlete as a kid,
Right.
Mostly all my life, right?
Yeah.
So, and even when my path kind of derailed a little bit, and I was like more on some street vibes.
Right.
I was still in the gym.
Right.
I was still in the gym. That's always been a consistent thing in my life. So, I got hooked in to that lifestyle at a very young age, and I was just a typical kid, little skinny boy that wanted to be strong.
Right.
And my heroes, like my cartoons, was like He-Man and G.I. Joe. And,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, man.
it was all
Captain
swole.
Planet.
It was all
Yeah,
swole.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It ain't like Hey Arnold. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I don't get that. But anyway, my influences were Mr. T, and I watched wrestling,
Mr. T,
and
for
boxing,
sure.
Mike Tyson. So these are the people that I was very inspired by. But also like, my spiritual father is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Right.
And he, not only was he a pillar in our community and a scholar and these things like that, but he also, we all knew about his workout regimen.
Right.
Like he, we was learning how to eat, how to take care of ourselves. And there's a video of him benching 275 on inclines. So that's a real leader to me. You know what I'm saying? So as a young man growing up, I've always been like drawn to that kind of energy. Right. So fast forward how I got into the actual business of it, I didn't even know it was a business about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is around, I started working in Gold's Gym as a personal trainer, and I think about 2010, and I wrote in a notebook like my goals, and my goals was like get the security certification, get X amount of clients, work X amount of time at a corporate gym, and then go independent.
Man, so that's a cheat code right there, setting goals, right? Yeah. People don't even understand how important setting goals can be. If you're out there, you're watching this, do not undermine the power of setting goals. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna give y'all a caveat to that too.
Yeah.
I wrote goals back then, and a lot of people do this because I've been incarcerated before, right?
Right.
And I had time to do things that I wasn't doing on the streets.
Exactly.
Right? And the same when I was writing my goals when I worked there, right? My life sucked. I was like, I was struggling bad. So let me write my goals out.
Right.
But it's better and that worked out for me. But I always remembered that because I wrote it down, closed the book, forgot about it. A year later, when I was about to quit the gym and go independent,
right,
I looked in that book. I was like, oh shit, I did everything on here.
What you said,
without even like checking into the book, right? So that's powerful. I don't know why, but it is.
Nah, that is.
So
setting your subconscious, man. It's like setting your subconscious mind on a task without you even thinking about it.
Planting a seed,
manifesting too. Yeah.
So what I implore y'all to do, y'all too, and I'm telling myself this: while you're good and on top, take time out, write goals and all that. Because it's like when we're moving fast, everything's smooth.
Easy.
You ain't thinking about nothing.
Right.
You already winning.
Not at all.
But it's more levels. And then we're gonna always deal with obstacles that can knock us off of our perch.
For sure.
So it's best to like be readied up at all times.
100%.
So y'all, that's a tactic.
Yeah, that's a cheat code, man.
Right goals when you want top.
So
that happened. I went independent, and so that, basically I took all my clients from the gym to a gym to pay rent, and they paid me direct instead of paying the gym, and the gym paid me.
Okay.
Because the gym was paying me 35%. And that was like the max. So I went from that to making all my money, and it was just way better, but still wasn't enough, right? But it was good. So I did that for a while, and here's a real tactic or cheat code that I live by.
Yeah.
Whatever you're trying to be successful in, be excellent at it. Like really qualify yourself at it.
Right.
And as a personal trainer, I was the best, right? I was in better shape than everybody else in the gym. I outperformed everybody on whatever because I'm competitive. And my clients looked the part. Like you would see the before and afters.
Right.
So this all going to tie in together because being able to see them is how I leverage social media for that, right? I was just 100% with my people. So what happened was they would social media was starting to get bigger, like outside of Facebook. I think Instagram started around 11 or 12, something like that.
Right.
And I was using YouTube, and I was using YouTube as a tool to just to differentiate myself from everybody else.
Right.
People, first of all, people wasn't really using social media to showcase their clients and showcase results. But when they did, it was just static pictures. Yeah. So what I was doing was I was using YouTube as videos for this girl that couldn't even do a pull-up, and then showing her progress. Now she could do 3, now she could do 10. You know what I'm saying?
More progression, yeah.
Right. To put that in the video is more compelling.
Right.
So, and I was doing a lot of that, like putting my people through my workouts. I knew they were different, so it was getting me a lot of clients. At this point, I would record them, put them on YouTube, record them with my phone, put them on YouTube, and then post it to Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was getting me more and more clients, more and more clients, to where I was pretty maxed out. Right. So I started putting my workouts, me doing the workouts up there as well, and people was really liking it. They was like, what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then, excuse me, I used to do music, and still do on a low, but I'm not trying to make it.
You're not trying to be a rapper. Yeah, we got to throw one of them tracks on one of these videos, man.
I got you. So it was more so I went back, I reverted to some of the things that I used to do back then, and employed those tactics in what I was doing in the fitness space with YouTube and everything. So one of my bros, he produced the beats, and then one of my guys would do the videos for the actual music videos, but let's do that for training videos, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this literally, y'all can go back to 2011 or 12, look at my stuff and look at any fitness videos of that time. I literally changed everything about how people do fitness content.
Right. Yeah. Innovation.
Nah, definitely.
Right.
Innovate.
I literally, I brought the culture to the forefront in that capacity. Wearing J's.
Right.
I'm not wearing
wearing
the,
cool
the
stuff
weird
to work
tank
out.
Tops that they wear.
Definitely.
I never did that. So I'm dressing how we would normally dress.
Right.
And just displaying it to the world. And people was loving it. You know what I'm saying? The way that we edited the videos were dope. It was high octane, energy.
Montage. Yeah.
But I'm still doing a talking head section where I'm explaining everything. So you get the method to the madness. Okay. And that was giving me a lot of credibility with people watching me, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So this is blowing their minds. All my videos back then was going viral. Man. I got so many viral classic videos, you know what I'm saying?
Right. 100%.
Usually people get 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I got 12.
I seen some of them, so I can attest for sure.
Right,
in college, a lot of those CT Fletcher videos, y'all just in the how you stacked on 10 10s and then worked. I used to do those in the gym physically myself, like crazy. I was looking crazy in college because of those. So yeah, definitely, man. I can attest to those. That's dope, man. That's crazy.
That's what's up. I'm glad you tapped in.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff was building me a lot of credibility with my followers and supporters. So then it got to the point to where my social media started growing like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm getting approached by a lot of people with potential little brand deals or whatever.
Right.
So also at that point, I was still training people in the gym. And I never took supplements back then.
Right.
But I was getting to a point where I was like, I need something because I'm drained.
Right.
Because I had my schedule was maxed out.
Right.
So, and I wanted to give good service to my people. So I took like some pre-workout one time and I was like full of energy. Like, this is cool. But then there was like certain side effects I didn't like.
Crash.
So what I did was, I don't have a background in chemistry or none of that.
Yeah.
But I started taking pictures of the backs of these products that I wanted to use.
Right.
And every night after work, I would Google it to see what they were.
Right.
What
is actually in them. Yeah.
Is it necessary? All of this stuff. So I started formulating stuff for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got on Amazon, started ordering like these raw ingredients
Right.
from China. It wasn't like high quality. It was cheap, but it still kind of worked.
Right.
And I was making my own concoctions at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I finally figured out a formula that kind of worked without the side effects I didn't like, but with the energy that I wanted.
Yeah, you needed. Yeah.
So I was like, this is cool. I'm going to start making this for me and for everybody in the gym.
Right.
So at that time, somebody reached out to me. Like I said, people started reaching out for brand deals when your following is growing. So the guy named Jamie, shout out to Jamie. I mean, I got a lot of love for Jamie.
Right.
He reached out and like, hey, you ever think about doing supplements? Because I got a lot of experience on the back end, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I was like, actually, I
do.
I took pictures of my kitchen.
Everything that you've been doing.
It looked like a laboratory, you know what I'm saying? I said, I've been already working on something for myself. So we started talking. I told him my formula, why I did it, what it is, all of that stuff. He thought it was interesting. And he said, I think we could do something together.
Right.
Because you have, in this space, you'll have people who may have experience or access to the back end stuff, to the manufacturing side, but they can't sell anything.
Yeah.
They don't have that kind of
audience.
They don't have the audience or the kind of personality or whatever it is. And then you have people like us on the front end side that I know nothing about the manufacturing side, especially back then.
Right.
And I was very ignorant to the fitness industry. I didn't know that there was an industry. I didn't know anybody in it because I never followed it. Like I was not a bodybuilding fan or none of that.
Right.
I never followed it. I just happened to be a guy that liked to work out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't have anybody to ask. So he came along at the perfect time when we talked. We came up with an agreement and we ran it. Put out my first product, I think in 2012, and I forgot how much it costed. It wasn't a whole lot to manufacture the first batch, but we put it out, and the first month we had like a $3,000 profit. I was like, yo,
oh man, that's dope.
Especially when you're making like 12, 15 grand a month
100%.
for your regular stuff, an extra $3,000. That's cool money. So then every month it was growing more and more.
Right.
Then I started adding additional products, and it just started growing organically like that. So then at this time, I'm not sure how much time in.
And what year was this?
It started in 2012 when I put my first product out.
Right.
So you've been at it for about 10 years.
That's
solid.
I've been in sports nutrition for 10 years, like as of right now. So time started going on, adding more products, making more money, and like how you was trying to get him to quit. I was at a point to where I could quit my job now. So I did that, and my 9 to 5 was training people, personal training. So at this time, I'm making money from, I had a sponsor. That was like $4,000 a month. But then I had my YouTube money. I don't even know where it was back then, but it was healthy for me back then. It was good.
Right.
And the supplements were selling. So I was probably making about $30,000 a month at that time. So that's when I had the courage to quit my job. So, and then things just started taking off. So that company, we were somewhat limited because my partner lived in like South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm out here in California.
Yeah.
And we're just in completely different spaces in life. Like I'm very ambitious, and I want to always grow.
Yeah.
He was like balling where he lived at,
he was ready, so he was laid back.
Out there you gotta have a house for like $300,000 that's like legit.
Yeah.
here, that's a shack.
You know what I'm saying? A shack.
So I'm like, all right, bro,
location.
So it was like all of these things I'm out there, I'm at all the expos, I'm doing so much stuff, and people really like me, so people coming to me with all kind of ideas, and I'm like, yo, Jamie, I need you to roll with me to these expos. I need your support, like, take these meetings or do this with me or whatever.
Right.
But he was just so comfortable in his space.
Right.
And I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's a partnership, like, y'all are like brothers.
Right.
And that's vital, and to have a partnership like that, because you need people that you could feed off of and is going to match your energy and your hustle.
Sure.
So fast forward, we just wasn't, the company, I feel like, was pretty much maxed out on what we could do, what I can do with the partner that I had.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was exploring other options, possibly buying him out of his half and then doing it somewhere else. But then I met my brother Sean Torbati, is my guy.
Yeah.
Him and
shout out to Sean, man.
Yeah, Party Torbati.
For sure. Good dude, man.
So him and another brother named Mark, like, we became cool through a distributor, and we just, decided, like, we was on a plane somewhere, and I always had this concept of mental jewels. I had content called Mental Jewels, and I wanted to do a nootropic, which is a product that helps stimulate, like, frontal lobe activity, form more gray matter, helps synapses fire faster, like limitless type shit.
Turns you to a superhuman.
Yeah, superhuman, right?
Super brain human.
Right. Like, literally.
Yeah. Mental computing.
It helps, you know what I'm saying? So, and I thought Mental Jewels would be the perfect name, because I already had a ton of videos called Mental Jewels. It was a household name already.
Right.
So that's what we did. So that project was like, we was already everybody's making money in their respective lanes. So this wasn't like a big deal to us. Like,
step out of the
let's just
direction.
do something for fun.
Right.
Let's max out on the science. We ain't tripping on the margins like that. Let's make it affordable for people, but give them the best shit ever.
Right.
So we was in a perfect position to do that, because we're all cool on money everywhere else.
Right.
So we did that. And it was just like a side project. But, this, I wanted to do it better than anything else I had done.
Right.
So everything, is a lot of thought put into everything.
Right.
Even the fonts of the products, of the words on the packaging, everything.
Right.
And because with that expression of, or manifestation of myself and my and Sean, and so I wanted to show that with the artwork and all of that stuff.
Right.
So we was doing that, and not even paying attention. We look up one year doing taxes, and we had to, like, with that company, like $1 million in sales, which is not great, but it's not great at all. But
shit,
and
to some people, $1 million in sales could be everything.
$1 million profit is great.
Right.
$1 million in sales.
What was the profit margin? What is the typical profit margin you see in the supplement space?
Right now, with us, with what we have, some are great, some are not great, but I would say on average about 35%, which is healthy. It's healthy. 40 to 35 right now. And it could be better, but we're a premium brand, but we don't charge ultra premium prices. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we used to fight on.
Right. But pricing is a it's a whole technique in its own.
It is. And having products, it's a whole dance with inventory and stuff like this. Is a whole thing. But it wasn't a fully fleshed out company yet, but we kept adding products, right? So I'm living in Arizona at the time, and I'm about to buy this big ass fucking mansion, because Arizona is very
cheap.
It's not cheap, but it's better than Cali. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I spend,
it's West Coast cheap.
It's West Coast.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because they're getting higher and higher.
Right.
People are finally figuring it out, because they call that the Millionaire's Playground.
Right.
Scottsdale.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's actually what they emit a lot of the silver bars and gold bars, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. So I look up, and we doing all these numbers and sales. I'm like, I'm kind of like not happy with my current situation. I was looking for a solution. So I was like, look, so there's always people, like, when you have a business with your own site that's generating X amount of sales, amount of dollars a month in a year, there's always people interested in buying it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I just entertained one of the offers that I was getting, and I sold my half. You know what I'm saying? I offered it to my partner at first. He didn't really have the means to buy it all. Or actually, he went and got money, because I had somebody else that wanted it, But he went and did what he had to do to help get the money, and he bought me out.
So this is for the nootropic side?
Now, this is for my first company, which I didn't say the name.
Supplement company.
It was called I'm So Alpha.
I'm So Alpha. So the whole time I'm thinking we're talking about ambrosia.
Yeah, my bad. Ambrosia was the nootropic at first, just mental jewels.
Right.
It was just one product at first while we was already doing
and that
other
was
stuff.
under the ambrosia brand.
Under ambrosia, right.
Gotcha.
So the product was mental jewels, which is still thriving.
Right.
And the brand is ambrosia.
Nice.
So I sold that and I moved back to California because I was thinking like, yo, why would I buy this big ass house out here and kick my feet up? Like it's not time for that. You know what I'm saying? I need to get back on the grind.
Right.
So I came back out here.
That's the hustler's mentality,
I
man.
put the money from the sale and all my energy into ambrosia, and Sean matched me, and we literally battled each other for like adding value to this business. Because I said, I want to come out there and just focus on ambrosia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what we did. Because before I would come out like every month, kind of like how y'all come out all the time.
Right.
It's a little easier for me because it's an hour flight.
Right.
But I was coming out every month, and I was like, I was spending a lot of money doing that.
Right.
And I was like, look, I need to be here full time and take this serious. So that's what I did. We got a nicer facility, not the ones y'all seen, but it's the one before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got it in, bro. We got it in. Like we hustled. We went to like Australia, did a tour all over the country, UK, just all of these tours all over the East Coast in the United States, doing groundwork to really build that equity with the people in those communities. And it seems like, I understand in this digital day and age, it seems like that would be counterproductive because you have online.
Right.
But I don't know why it matters, but it matters. Going out
in
there,
person,
being in person, having these events at these stores, shaking people's hands, answering their questions. Then I would take them to the gym.
You're talking about the retail end.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, not the supplier end, but the retail end.
Well, it's for the suppliers. It's for the distributors. Usually distributors and supplements, they have stores. Right. So they'll want you to come out. They want to do a big order. They say, can you come out? Like, absolutely.
And so you would actually do the tours to go to the distributor. So you know what? And to that point, I got to say, the people in these stores, Vitamin Shop, we were in Vitamin Shop at one point in time before even realized it was your brand, right? And had one of the Vitamin Shop people explain it, giving us the breakdown of your products, right? And the way that they talked about it, the passion they had for it, it was almost like it was their product.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? And that was before we even knew you or anything like that, or even connected the dot that it was.
And I'll come, it's my job to tell a story. And deliver this information, because we have a lot of products that are not like common. So I have to like
research,
put that in digestible type of And the marketing is educating people on these ingredients, and I'm very confident with pushing it because it's hard to sell. But the science, we max out on the science. The ingredients, we pick the best ingredients, like literally that you can get, all patented ingredients. And we usually work out deals with these manufacturers or scientists that create these these ingredients.
Exclusivity.
Give it to me for like 2 years, please. We'll come up with some terms, and we'll be the only ones with it. So we know that when we say this is like my turmeric, we got a turmeric called Golden Super Turmeric.
Oh man,
it's literally the best on. It is. It's the best out there, and we do demonstrations showing like how without us, the best stuff out there doesn't even dissolve in water. Ours completely dissolves in water because we'll go the extra mile, spend the extra money to get certain technologies in nutrition to make it more bioavailable. And these are things that people don't realize exist. Bioavailability. You could pay your money to buy a supplement and be ingesting it, and your body's barely absorbing it. So you want to get the most out of it. So we go those extra steps. Gotcha. Everything in our office, when we're launching something or talking about some concepts, we like, this got to be hater proof. So let's start poking holes.
Well, look, I mean, so what it sounds like to me, man, one of the cheat codes I'm picking up from you right now is just quality, focusing on quality over anything, going the extra mile, and whether it's the product development, whether it's the events that you're doing, whether it's going to meet the people in person to make sure that they are, getting to feel the energy and know exactly, and even doing the live trainings with the staff, because those are people who are going to be selling the product essentially. So in business, whether it's in the nutrition space or any other space, going the extra mile to provide that quality to the consumer, and just in the aspects of your business, seems like the cheat code in this case, right?
100%.
Sounds like it's about right.
That's
that makes
crazy.
sense.
The quality has to be there, but also it helps when you're passionate about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you're passionate about it, like when he gives me all this scientific jargon, I say less. I'm gonna chew it up and I'm gonna give it to people in a very digestible way.
Right.
I'm gonna put the medicine in the ice cream. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm good at it. You know what I mean? And it's not like I'm a good salesman.
Nah.
I don't like selling, but I'm good at
education.
I'm good at
being
like
a teacher.
You know, telling a story and giving a message to people, making it relatable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. 100%.
We see the same thing on that side.
Yeah. So I would say, like, for somebody that's like a complete beginner, right? Because I know when you were telling your story, you mentioned you started your business just on a phone. You take a video, put it on YouTube. A lot of people think, they can just get started, but they need a bunch of money to get started in the fitness business. They need a bunch of equipment. They need a bunch of, just expenses, liabilities, essentially. What advice would you give to those people that are out there that are trying to start their own fitness brand just like yours? Like, if it's either it's Ambrosia, if it's I Am So Alpha, whichever one of those, which would be three easy things that they can get started with today, type of thing.
Right. So if you're doing like I did and starting out with no funds being raised, no investments, and you're bootstrapping, the best thing to do is to build your personal brand, right? So to grow your potential audience, right? So with social media, like you said, use your phone, like get on YouTube. Now get on YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, everything.
Right, everything.
Don't leave no stones unturned.
Right.
Because TikTok right now is the king of social media. A lot of people don't even realize that by far, by big numbers. You know what I'm saying? So get out there on all platforms. Keep doing. Don't try to be perfect.
Right.
Just put the shit out.
Yeah. Just pump out content.
Because you might be sitting on something you think is trash, but they might love it.
Exactly.
And usually that's the case. Because videos of mine that go viral, I'm like, really?
What? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
And if you're thinking I need to go viral, it probably won't happen. You know what I'm saying? So and your intentions are not in the right place.
Right.
So don't think too much. Put the shit out. Use your phone. These phones are high definition.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't need a camera crew. Actually, that can be a hindrance because it's gonna slow you down. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But when you starting out and the money ain't there, do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that grow your personal brand.
Right.
And just try to be whatever you're want to get into, whatever products or whatever.
Right.
First and foremost, remember your value. Recognize you have value. Don't be so quick to take a check from somebody that want to offer you a sponsorship, this and the third.
Right.
Because when you do that, you're hindering your ability to do your own thing because you're under contract with somebody else.
Right.
They're only coming to you because you have an audience that can potentially convert, right?
Right.
And let's say they're paying you $10,000 a month.
Right.
Best believe they're making about 40, 50 grand off of you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So just know your value that if somebody's willing to pay you, you can get it on your own. And that's always been my mentality because I never want somebody to be able to cut a check off of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't take sponsorships and brand deals, but try to establish yourself first and try to be as clean without any of that stuff as long as you can.
Right.
And, go from there. But the right deal, sure, take it. If it's a big bag and it's a product or a company that you really like, cool. But don't just take money just to take money.
Yeah.
So grow your personal brand. When you're posting, trying to grow your brand, be conscious of, just recognize look, I want to grow this. When I post, I want people to more people to follow me, to share it, to learn something.
Right.
So why would they follow me from this particular post whenever you're about to post? So avoid
that's key.
posting just to be cool and shit like that.
Right.
Post something that
just talked about that.
Post something that they're gonna tag their friends in, or share on their story, or come back and check for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just think about just giving value. You keep doing that, you grow a big enough situation. Then you start doing your research on whatever it is you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
Right.
Set up your site, your LLC, do all of the stuff you got to do. Do y'all teach any the basic business stuff, or just
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you have a resource right here.
For sure.
That's the beauty of it, man. When I started, I had none of this.
Yeah,
it was like the Wild West.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Now
even,
there's people like these guys that really literally walk you through step A to Z,
right.
And just doing the steps is a huge thing in itself.
Massive.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So utilize the resources that are around you guys.
Yeah, that's massive, man.
That's
all the cheat.
Don't just use it for motivation. So
nah.
Execute. Utilize this information.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
So let me ask you this, man. A lot of people have been in the fitness space, the nutrition space. It's a crowded space. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different brands out there. A million people doing, or a million companies that are doing. A lot of companies with a lot of money, a lot of budget behind it, right? Mm-hmm. How would you recommend, or how were you guys able to differentiate yourself, your product, build a sustainable, scalable business in that space and carve out your niche, right? Carve out your own piece of that pie. And how would you recommend other people, do the same thing, whether it's in that space or just in crowded spaces in general in business?
Right.
Yeah, nah. I like the challenge of walking into crowded spaces, and I think that's the Brooklyn in me, because Brooklyn, New York City is overcrowded.
Right.
You gotta really be
Stand
special
out.
to get out. You gotta really try hard to pierce your way through and be heard.
Right.
So that doesn't scare me at all. And yes, it's very crowded, but the cream rises, and I like to think that I'm of that cloth. So, but I get in there and I work my ass off. So it's got to be the work ethic. It's got to be there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta listen. Y'all gotta think about anybody that's followed me for all these years.
Right.
You may see me partying now here and there.
Right.
But if you've never seen that.
Right.
And it wasn't because I wasn't showing it, it's because I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm in a different space in my life now where I have a family, I got my whole setup, my situation.
Right.
And business is still thriving. I'm still plugging away. I figured out ways to, like, enjoy life, because I wasn't enjoying life, per se, before. You know what I'm saying? But now I can enjoy life, once a week or once every other week.
Right.
But still crush it, you know what I'm saying, professionally. So, but I say when you're trying to get that started, fuck fun. You know what I'm saying? Fuck
That's
fun.
a major key. Because
fun, straight up.
Like a year under, no fun and just concentration could set you up for the rest of your life.
I see y'all like, I fucking love it. I love that. I know where y'all at right now, right?
Right.
And I'm like, they so serious and militant with it. And that's how it's got to be. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
At some point, y'all get to the point where like, all right, I want to relax for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm not saying let my foot off the gas, but I have so many systems in place where I can go do this now or do that.
Systems, man.
Systems
are key, bro.
Exactly.
We, for us, man, we literally have always, when we started building this company, which didn't even start off as a company in the first place.
Right.
It was just us teaching. You know what I'm saying? For just to get people, the information. And once we started to actually develop into a company, it was always like, nah, we need to build this as a system, systemize everything we can, so that we can focus on. And so when people see like all the different things we do, they're like, how are y'all doing this? Y'all doing this? Y'all doing too much?
Right.
It's like, nah, we're not doing too much. We built teams that you don't see on the front end that are operating all of those different circles. And the things that we can't, like even what Keys say, we was with 19 Keys yesterday.
Shout out to Keys.
Shout out to Keys, man. He dropped one on and said, anything that can be systemized will be systemized, and anything that can't be systemized is going to be the most valuable, right? And so things like this, right? We can't systemize somebody else having these conversations, right? Because it's our energy, right? So then we spend our time being able to do these things. So for y'all sitting at home, man, when y'all see people that are doing things, whether it's Mike, Keys, Chico, anybody else that's where it is that you're trying to get to, whatever it is, man, you got to realize, put in the work ethic. Put in the passion. Make sure that passion is in what you want to do.
Right.
But make sure you're building the systems into your business as well, so that you can continue to scale, continue to grow, and put your energy and efforts where they need, or when they're needed the most in the company, which is, the core of what the business is, man. So
speaking on what you're saying with the systems, if you don't implement systems and some level of automation with certain things, you're not going to grow.
Yeah, no scaling.
If you're doing the same, like if you're 2021. Look like 2020 is not. That's not good. Yeah, you're not winning. Nope. Maintaining is not winning. Maintaining. This is what happens when people maintain. They become efficient at that.
Yeah.
And you're efficient at something long enough, you start to fade. You start to decline.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that space. You always want to be. People. I know people. I have mixed messages about hearing the word grind.
Right.
Because a lot of people say you're grinding, like,
but they're not grinding.
You're not doing nothing.
Right.
You're busy for nothing.
Yep.
But like when I say grind, I'm literally climbing and grinding. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
clawing away.
You're clawing away and you're elevating. I don't ever want to stop that. I don't see.
That's a fact.
I can't see me getting tired of that.
Nah.
You know
Same. Yeah.
Like tonight, like we in like, to me, this is one of the best cities in the planet. Right?
Oh yeah.
We're
starting to see.
There's so many things to do.
Yeah.
So many things to do.
Right.
And this is like, I just really want y'all to listen. Like I can do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm doing tonight? I'm gonna be home writing, working on. I have 2 NFT projects I'm working on right now.
Right.
Not the second one, but the third one. I'm writing for it tonight. Like I can't wait to get home, take a hot shower, put my sweats, and just start. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody in the house know to leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? I have my headphones on, and I'm gonna just write, be in my own zone, right? So this is the type of thing that you're gonna have to do. Yeah. Like to answer your question, to even think about being successful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you gotta have that kind of will, that like
it factor.
I'm going to. This is gonna happen.
Right.
And that self-belief, that crazy level of self-belief, which I have. So
that's dope.
No, that's the way to go, bro. So I appreciate that, man. Those are definitely gems. Now, let me ask you this. What do you see is on the horizon for you? Like, what's next? What are your future objectives personally, as well as for the company, Ambrosia, and in the supplement space and what you guys got going on?
Right. So in 2020, we were being courted by some VCs for Ambrosia, and we ended up with a multi-million-dollar deal offer in March of 2021. Okay. Right. We said, nah, that's a discount because we're still growing. So I see a really sexy deal coming across our table at some point, and we selling, right?
Okay. For the entire company?
No, it's to be negotiated, whatever.
It's to be negotiated.
Typically, it's for a piece, keep us on to keep growing, and then a bigger piece later, which is best case scenario.
Let's talk about venture capital.
Yeah, man. So venture capital, man, you want to tap into venture capital. I mean, we do have, a lot of information about venture capital coming down the line. But for now, it's just like, being able to utilize, different other people, or OPM, as they say, other people's money in order to grow your company to, just unimaginable heights. And then on top of that, being able to position yourself for an acquisition or a merger with a bigger company, much larger company, in order to even scale your company to, unbelievable heights, getting exposure to potentially public markets and things of that nature is just, that's where, the billionaires are made. You got the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, the, Bernard Arnault, all those type of people. So, man, venture capital is something that we've been, kind of trying to dive deep into as far as information.
I can introduce you to some. I got some good friends that are. But that's going to happen. But with there's a company that I am a partner in called Trifecta Nutrition.
I was just
I'm not nutrition. Trifecta Foods. So we're projecting an IPO almost $2 billion in May, I believe. Like this is a life-changing situation for me.
Right.
What was the valuation you got in at?
Bro, I was the first money in. $100,000.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's called pre-IPO money right there.
Pre-IPO money.
I was the first.
Is.
Listen, here's the thing. The founder is one of my good friends.
Right.
That I believed in.
Right.
And I betted on.
There you go.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Straight up.
Now, what made you believe in them to put that money on? What made you take that bet? Because a lot of people have friends and family who have business ideas and things like that. It's hard to know who's going to be successful, who's not.
Right. I'm fortunate to have really dope friends, right? That are stand-up dudes.
Right, in circle. Yeah.
I don't think that any of my friends would ask me for something for no reason, for whatever, right?
Right.
So it was trust in that right there. That's just how we all are.
Right.
And, the amount of money was a lot of money to me at the time.
Right.
So I was like, you really think this is going to work out?
Right.
Because we did something before. I did something with them before that didn't really work out, but it didn't fail.
Right.
It did fail because it didn't work out, but I didn't lose anything.
Right.
But I didn't make anything. But I got my money back, which was cool.
Right.
So he was like, this is, He says, yeah. No, he said he wasn't like, he had a confidence that I felt confident in, but he wasn't unrealistically confident. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, but so and I trusted him, and he hit a fucking grand slam. Man, that's somebody I should talk to. I'll introduce you, Greg.
Yeah, 100%.
Shout out to Greg. So anyway, so that's like I'm a happy guy, bro. Like,
Right.
Like my life is good, but like this is interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into specifics on like this particular check I'm getting in a couple months from this, right? But it's life-changing money.
Right.
From when I was told about it. I'm like, fuck, this is going to be great.
Right.
But so many things have been happening since then, and I'm hopping on certain opportunities and diving in that it might not even be that big of a deal by then. Right. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? Right. For the things that I'm working on. So that'll be great, and that's what we all want, right? Like this year for me, 2021 has been we're the second month in, but last month was like the best month of my professional career, right? As far as like just like bearing the fruits of seeds that I planted in the past. And I'm still trying to plant, still going. Man, so
that's the energy.
That's the energy we got to be on, man.
100%. I'm
like ferocious with energy when it comes to like working and doing this stuff. So like I don't sleep much. I don't recommend
that's something about entrepreneurs, man. It seems to be a common denominator. Everybody that I've talked to that's been on this like this wave of just trying to just excel at just an unimaginable pace, or there's really no height to where you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna stop here type of people.
That's weird.
Sleep is almost like a sacrifice that comes with it. Of course, we don't recommend not sleeping, but you got to get rest. But at the same time, there's just some sacrifices. Yeah, you don't have choice. Literally, we talking when we're working, we're like, yo, there's not enough hours in the day.
I was just saying yesterday, I wish it was another me with extra hours in a day. You know what I'm
Literally, yeah.
So, but here's the thing, like my life is in a way, like I'm laying in bed this morning and my girl want to be cute and cuddle. I'm like, I'm doing, I got to handle this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So we all live the same lives.
Yeah, it's just like everybody, the only time that I'll step off of my square is for my daughter.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But nobody, I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember one time when I was on the come up, things were starting to get good, and my pops was like, man, why don't you take a break, take a vacation?
Yeah.
I low-key got offended.
Yeah, man.
I was like, what, a break?
I was
like, a break?
My mom's like, man, you still working?
Money he made?
Yeah, you sure that's healthy? You working too much?
Yeah,
I'm like, man, I wish you understood.
I mean, hell, we are all in very fortunate positions because we could go to fucking Jamaica right now and still be working.
Right, exactly.
It's digitally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to my brother Jabril. He's all over the world, non-stop working, but having a ball. He's mastered it. You know what I'm saying?
Passport heavy. Yeah, shout out Passport Heavy. Man. I watch his YouTube content.
We're planning a trip to Bosnia, so.
Oh, okay, man. We gotta all take a trip together. Yeah, for sure.
When our trips be literally legendary.
Oh man, yeah.
Literally.
That's the type of trip we need to be on.
I believe that to my, when you say that, I can only imagine.
Literally, bro.
Literally.
Yeah. Everybody in this crew that when we traveling,
right?
I'm sure anybody can call anybody, like, bro.
Yeah.
I need to kill somebody.
Right.
Bro, we're gonna be right there. Like, it's so much love. Not really. We're not killing nobody. But I'm just saying, like,
we're not killing nobody.
No. This is figuratively speaking, but it's like we bond on such a level, bro. Like, I want y'all to experience it. You bond. It's just such good vibes. You around bosses, and I'm the little guy around these guys.
Right.
You around such bosses, nobody even mentioned money.
Facts.
Oh, I did this and that. I've been in different circles, bro.
Right.
When all dudes are doing like, oh yeah, what's your sales like?
Right. Yep.
But you're around people who just
even on Clubhouse.
Oh my gosh, the worst.
People used to do that shit on Clubhouse.
Everybody's an expert.
Yeah.
In their bio,
it's a different
$80 billion in sales. Like,
yeah.
All right. But you on Clubhouse, so.
Yeah. Right.
You should be too busy for Clubhouse. Bro.
Literally.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
You literally used to say that. You're like, man, like, you talking about all these numbers. Why are you even on
here?
These
motherfuckers be on all night. I get up in the morning.
We used to be on it, but we first started getting things going. we be on all that, especially during COVID because everything's shut down.
You
but as you started to scale, it's like, bro, we don't have the literally the time ain't there, and then people be like, oh, y'all switched up.
Yeah, y'all switched up.
I
like,
wish
bro,
we
are busy,
but we have there's not enough hours for us even to even be.
I wish we could, but we're practicing what we preach.
Exactly.
Literally,
you know
yeah.
So it's just one of those things.
Different,
it's interesting, bro. And I see it's just ugly.
It's
like everybody's an expert. Like all y'all are fucking
Facts.
in your bio. Like 8-time bestseller.
Featured in Forbes.
But I've never heard of you.
Yeah.
Featured in Forbes as Mark. Like you pay for that. Like get out of here. Man.
Yep. That's a fact. Yeah, man.
It's just ugly. I don't want to be in spaces where people are.
It's not authentic.
So much. To me, that's filthy. And I'm
for
I'm
sure.
Cool. No, not. But that's not my shit, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
I feel you. I hear you 100% on that, man. Well, look, man.
Shoot, man.
I think we got a couple great cheat codes, man.
100%.
Recapping them, sounds like to me, the way I interpret it, cheat code 1 is, obviously staying authentic, having passion for what it is you do.
Yep.
2, making sure that you are putting quality into anything it is that you touch in every aspect of your business, whether it's the product, the service, the team, whatever it may be, events that you do, paying attention to those details so the customer has a quality experience, right? Number 3, build it to scale, systemizing so that you can utilize your time and efforts in places that you need to. And number 4, stand to separate yourself from the pack, man.
Right.
In whatever way you can. Even going all the way back to the beginning of what you said, nobody was doing YouTube at the time when you came doing it in the way that you were doing it.
Yep.
People were taking before and after pictures. You're doing before and after videos.
Right.
Innovating in your space is key and critical.
And like you said, like separate yourself. I always tell people this. When I used to sponsor people, when we all go to expos, they'd be excited because everybody's there. And then at night, everybody go out. And I'm like, yo, I just tell people, especially when they had ambitions of climbing and growing, like, yo, do what bosses do. Be where bosses at.
Yeah.
You don't see bosses out where you're at.
Right. Exactly.
All the expos, all y'all in the
place.
same spot. You don't see none of us in there. You know what I'm saying? The boss is in the Godfather suite with 8 girls. I'm just playing.
Hey, maybe though. You never know.
I'm kidding.
Facts. Man. But it's been dope, man. Thank you so much as always.
Sure.
Always dope jams, dope cheat codes. A lot of cheat codes were unlocked on this episode. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So yeah, man. Mike, you want to tell them where to find you? I'm sure they already know, but for those of you that are missing it,
it's probably they don't. Maybe MikeRashid.com, Instagram at Mike Rashid, Twitter at Mike Rashid 7, YouTube Mike Rashid, just wherever.
Mike Rashid. You type in Mike Rashid.
And the company is Ambrosia.
There's a few. The Ambrosia Collective.
Ambrosia Collective.
Which is a supplement company.
Right.
Snack House Food. Is a healthy snack
Bro,
company.
so stop on there.
Snack House Food. Snack House Food is like that.
We had Snack House Food. I was shocked. So explain what Snack House Food is real quick, and then we'll talk about the experience.
It's easy. Snack House is a healthy, guilt-free, delicious snack, right? You have that. It's protein. It's little protein balls. You have that crunch factor.
Yep.
Right.
We have sweet and savory flavors. The sweet flavors is we kind of market it as keto cereal, right? Or you could eat it dry.
Right.
A lot of people like if a cereal. The savory flavors, which is my favorite. It's like a chip. Like you
like
get that crunch.
Like imagine Fruit Loops, or
literally
like Fruit Loop balls, but they're all protein balls.
Yeah.
All protein.
And you can't tell it's protein. It tastes like Fruit Loops or whatever.
Like literally like the best cereal you ever had.
Yeah, and it's delicious. You know what I mean? So you're getting protein, you're getting nutrition, but you also get
satiating that appetite. You don't have to snack.
Exactly.
Look, we
literally took them to the plane.
On the
We
plane,
were crushing them on the plane. We were like people were looking at us like, God, you guys still crunching? Like I'm like, hey man, get you some snack. Get you some snack house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm a
snacker. It was crazy. Yeah.
So that saved my
life.
life.
Yeah.
That saved my life because I'll be upset. Like late night, I'm bored.
Yep.
I eat because I'm bored, but I go get that.
Yeah, definitely.
Snack House Foods. Make sure y'all get you a bag of those.
Yeah, so snackhousefoods.com. I have the online training and challenges. So that's at MikeRashid.com.
Right.
And we're killing it with that. Built out an app. There was a lot of people with apps that would sell or kind of license it to athletes like myself. Right. And I had consumed somebody's service like that, but the shit sucked.
Right.
Because you have people that are not fitness
good
people.
Experience, yeah.
That just providing a service,
right?
But it wasn't good, right? The user experience sucked. So I can't use this. So It took us about a year to really build ours and make it fucking fire.
Right.
So it's out there. It's live now. It's killing it. And it's growing like crazy. Like it's crazy because the numbers, like it's a subscription model, right? Base model, and it's good. I wish I did it before, but it's still going. It's good. So we got that. You know, I'm new into the NFT space, but that is like been consuming a lot of my time because I really
it's the
enjoy
future.
It. It's the now and the future. Right.
100%.
So yeah, those are a few of the things that we got going on.
Like that,
that's
man.
dope, man.
Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Mike, man. Make sure y'all grab some of those products, man. Especially Snack House Foods is one of my favorites.
Definitely.
But definitely the Ambrosia Collective. I definitely got to tap in with you about the sea moss.
And I hope y'all were tapped in all the way.
Get you, Mike, man. As always, you guys make sure y'all tap in with Mike. Make sure y'all tapped in with Cheat Code Unlocked. We got a lot more for y'all, obviously, coming down the pipeline, man. So we'll see you guys on the next one. As always, make sure you
like, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Sheesh.